Welcome to our journey through the greatest stories of the Quran. Today, we travel back thousands of years to the golden age of a forgotten civilization. This is the story of Prophet Hud and the rise and fall of the people of Ad. Centuries after the great flood of Prophet Nay, the earth flourished once more. In the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, in the windswept dunes of Al-Ahqaf, rose a civilization unlike any the world had ever seen. The people of Ad. They were a nation of giantsmen of immense physical stature and unmatched strength. To display their power, they carved magnificent palaces directly into the mountains and raised towering pillars that reached toward the heavens. Their capital, Iram, was a marvel of architecture, a city of pillars so grand that the Quran describes it as a place the likes of which had never been created in all the land. Allah had showered Ad with every conceivable blessing. Their valleys were lush with emerald gardens, their lands were cooled by flowing springs, and their livestock numbered in the thousands. They were the masters of the ancient world, secure in their fortresses and proud of their ingenuity. But with great power came a dark, suffocating pride. Instead of gratitude, the people of Ad fell into the deepest pits of arrogance. They began to worship idols made of stone, naming them Suda, Samud, and Al. They oppressed the weak, built useless monuments just to show off their wealth, and boasted to the winds. Who is greater than us in strength? In His infinite mercy, Allah did not destroy them without a warning. He raised a man from among their own noble lineages, a man of wisdom, integrity, and immense patience. His name was Hud. Hud stood before the giants of Ad and spoke with a voice of calm authority. "O my people," he pleaded, "worship Allah alone. You have no deity other than Him. Will you not fear the consequences of your defiance?" He reminded them that their strength was a gift, not a right. He warned them that the same God who gave them their tall statures and flowing springs could take them away in a heartbeat. "Ask forgiveness from your Lord," Hud promised, "and He will send rain from the sky in abundance and add strength to your strength." But the leaders of Ad met His sincerity with mockery. They laughed at the idea of a day of judgment. They called Hud a liar, a fool, and a man possessed by the very idols he preached against. "Has one of our gods struck you with evil and made you lose your mind?" They jeered. They challenged Him, daring Him to bring forth the punishment He spoke of. Their hearts had become harder than the mountains they carved. They were convinced that their massive stone walls and their sheer physical might would protect them from any storm. Hud realized that the window of mercy was closing. He looked at the towering city of Iram one last time and declared, "I call Allah to witness, and you too bear witness, that I am innocent of the gods you worship besides Him. Plot against me all you want, I put my trust in Allah, my Lord and your Lord." The warnings were over. The era of prosperity was ending. A strange, heavy silence began to settle over the valleys of Al-Ahqaf. As a small, dark cloud appeared on the distant horizon, a cloud the people of Ad welcomed with cheers, unaware it was the beginning of their end. For 3 long years, the skies over the land of Ad turned to brass. Not a single drop of rain fell. The lush gardens began to wither, the flowing springs dried into cracked earth, and the mighty livestock began to perish. This was the final mercy, a chance for the people to realize their helplessness and turn back to Allah. But instead of repentance, their hearts grew harder. They mocked Prophet Hud even more, blaming his presence for their misfortune. Then, one afternoon, a massive, dark cloud appeared on the horizon. The people of Ad, blinded by their own desperation and pride, ran out into the streets. They cheered and danced, shouting, "This is a cloud that will bring us rain." Only Prophet Hud knew the terrifying truth. He looked at the horizon and warned them one last time. "No, this is what you challenged me to hasten. It is a wind, and within it is a painful punishment." The cheer soon turned to screams of pure terror. What they thought was a rain cloud was a Sarsar, a furious, freezing wind that roared with the sound of 1,000 lions. The storm did not last for an hour or a day. It raged for 7 nights and 8 days without a moment's pause. The wind was so powerful that it plucked the giant men of Ad from the earth and flung them through the air like uprooted trunks of hollow palm trees. Their massive stone palaces and towering pillars, which they thought were indestructible, crumbled into dust. The very mountains they had carved for protection became their tombs. In the midst of this cataclysm, a divine miracle took place. Allah commanded the wind to be a source of destruction for the disbelievers. But for Hud and the small group of believers, it was a gentle breeze. They stood in a protected circle, watching as the strongest civilization on earth was erased from the face of the map. When the sun finally rose on the 9th day, the silence was deafening. The magnificent city of Iram was gone, buried under mountains of shifting sand. There was nothing left to show that a great civilization had ever existed there, except for the ruins of their pride. Prophet Hud looked upon the desolation and led his followers away from the graveyard of Al-Ahqaf. They migrated toward the lands of Hadramaut, leaving behind a lesson that would echo through eternity. No matter how tall your pillars or how strong your walls, nothing can stand against the will of the Creator. History is a mirror for those who wish to see. The ruins of Ad remain a silent warning to every nation that follows. If you found this story moving, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with others. Thank you for watching.